Hi, this is Mandy from Sunflowers and Doors. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. Really good to have you with me again today. So today I'm going to try and figure out a quick project. I'm not 100% sure how to do it, but I'm going to try and work it out with you guys. So I am using the paper kit from Craft Consortium. This is the Tell the Bees, the special edition Tell the Bees. And it's a beautiful kit. So that is what I am going to use for this piece, I think. It's quite a dark kit, but I do like that. So let's choose. I'm going to choose, I don't know how many pieces I'm going to need, probably 2 pieces. And I want to use the same 2, I think. So I'm going to go with these 2 and go from there. So the first thing you need to do, or the first thing I need to do, is decide on the size of my journals. So most of my journals are roughly the same sort of size, which is half an A4. So I'm going to go with 20 centimetres as being my base measurement. So I'm going to start by cutting these in half. Because this is going to be the width that I'm going to work with, which is the 6. These are 12 by 12, so it'll be 6 by 6, or 6 by 12. So we've got 2, 3, 4, almost 6 by 6s, not quite. Which is a bit of a pain, but that's how these cutter are just, gets very frustrating. And I'm going to start off with a piece that is, 20 centimetres tall. So we're going to cut that down there. Okay, so I've got 4 pieces, 3 6 by 12s, and 1 6 by 12 that I've cut down. I'm sorry, I'm flipping between inches and centimetres. I've cut this down to 20 centimetres, and this is going to be our base, our back piece. That's what we're going to work with. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of math on this one. I'm going to want 20 centimetres. Let's cut that down to 6, 12, 18. We'll go with 18, which is quite a nice measurement. So I've got 20 centimetres here. I want to put 3 pieces on top of this, and I want them to fit with plenty of room. So if I go 6, 6, 6, then that will give me enough room to play with. So that's what we'll go for, 6 centimetres, 6 centimetres, 6 centimetres, 6 centimetres. Now this is where the fun starts, trying to work this out. So 6 centimetres. And I'm going to want probably, okay. So I am going to score this, one of these pieces here. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is going to be a pig, isn't it, trying to work this out based on centimetres. So let's see if we can do inches. 8, just under 8 inches. So if I work to 7.5, it's going to be 2.5 each. Okay. Stay with me. Stick with me. So I'm going to put a crease line in here at 2 inches. then a crease line at 4.5 inches, and then a crease line at 6 inches. Okay, that should do it. So I'm going to cut that last crease line 6 inches. Yeah, that'll work. So I'm going to take another one of my long pieces and I'm going to cut that into 6 inches again. Oh no, I'm not. Need that to measure. Okay. So let's revisit, okay, because I've probably confused you a little bit now. I had 2 12 by 12s. I cut them down into 4 6 by 12s. I took one of those 6 by 12s and I cut that down to 6 by 7 3/4, just over. Then, in essence, I took another two of those 6 by 12s and cut them down to 6 by 6s. Okay, this one at the moment is spare, so we're going to pop that to one side. One of the 6 by 6s I scored at 2 inches, 4.5 inches. I'm going to do the same with the others. I'm going to score them at 2 and 4.5 inches. Now I only actually need to do that with 3 of these pieces for the time being. So let's pop that up the way. So what I'm left with is my 6 by 7.5 that I cut off, one of my long pieces, and then 3 of these 6 by 6s that have been scored, and they've been scored at the 4, the 2, the 4.5, and then cut at the 6 inch stage. Oh my goodness. This is where I tried to do math and nothing works. Okay. I'm going to take these 6 by 6s and I'm just going to round the edges on them. Okay. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fold them. So I fold up the first score line, which is the 2 inches. And then I'm going to fold down the top piece, which is 1.5 inches. So we've got our 2 inch space, our 2.5 inch space, and our 1.5 inch space. And I'm just folding it down like a bit of an envelope. And I'm going to do that with each of them. But I'm going to use 2 with the pattern facing one way and 1 with the pattern facing the other way. So we have got 3 pieces, almost like an envelope here, that we've folded up and down and what have you. What we're going to do next is we're going to add some bits and pieces to these. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold one of them down, any one, it doesn't matter which one, and I'm going to measure a piece of the leftover card I'm going to cut it down to 2 inches because our inside that we're working with at the moment is 2.5 inches. Now some of these are different lengths, I think. It's where I cut it wrong. So let me just check those. Oh, those ones there are good to go. So I've folded down or opened back up one of my pieces, and I'm going to take this piece of card here, put a divot in it, and this is going to be attached here to give us a pocket. Now it hangs over too much, so I'm going to cut that off. Like that. And I'm going to glue our pocket in. I'm sorry if I've confused you. I've probably confused you, stupid, because I've confused myself. This is going to go just above the bottom crease line. So there's our bottom crease line. I don't want that to be hindered when it comes up. So that's our bottom crease line there. Okay, and we've got a pocket. I'm going to fold that one back up for now, pop that out of the way. I'm going to bring 2 of these other ones down here. I think I'm going to do something slightly different with this one. 1 second. So I've grabbed some paper. I'm going to measure this to make sure it fits in there. Like that. And I'm going to fold it just quickly to cut it, so I don't have to get the big chopper out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it so that it kind of fits in here in this space quite nicely. So I'm measuring up my first fold so that it'll fit in there. So I can cut that very straight. And then I'm going to fold it back on itself. So I've got a bit of an accordion fold thing going on here, and back on itself there. Now hopefully that's going to fit in there, which it does. What I'm going to do with this one is I'm actually going to glue the whole of the back piece to my card. And again, that should fold up there, and it should fold down there, except I probably haven't given myself quite enough space. Okay, so that's 2 pieces. With the third one, I think with the third one, I'm going to do another pocket, I think. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So again, I'm going to cut a divot in here. And I'm going to glue this onto the inside of our envelope. And again, just above the crease line, because we don't want it to get in the way. Like that. So there we go, we've got our 3 pieces. Okay, we're getting there. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my first cut piece, which is my 6 by 7.5 inch piece. I'm going to round the corners on here, just so it's not quite so stark, although I think... Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, so we're going to round that like that. And what we're going to do is we are going to attach these 3 pieces onto here like this. Okay, I probably shouldn't have cut the bottom because I don't like it, but I'm going to attach them. The first one I'm going to attach to the top, and I'm going to attach it left, right, and across the bottom piece. Okay, I'm going to try and measure this now. We've got a couple of centimetres to play with, don't forget, so don't worry if it's too close or too whatever you're doing, and I'll cut the excess off once I've finished. Okay, so that's our first one. I'm then going to put the bottom one because that's going to be easier. And I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to glue it down the front, each side and across the bottom. Trying to keep this, probably would have been easier to have cut the base unit down to the right size before I started, but hey ho. And then we've got our third piece, and I'm going to do the same with that. This one's going to be glued down the left, the right, across the bottom, and I'm going to pop this into our remaining space, which is in the middle. Like that. Okay. So what we've got is, this is going to attach to our journal. I would probably attach this to the journal along the top, along the bottom and down this one side here, and that would give me a side pocket here. Okay, then we have our first piece folds down here. We have a pocket here. You could, if you wanted to, glue a little bit of paper on here. I'll show you now. So you've got yourself another little writing spot there. Cut a bit more off. Around the edges. At the bottom. And then we're just going to attach this here. And I'm going to do the same with our second piece, I think. And I'm not going to measure it, I'm just going to kind of guesstimate it. Okay. So we attach this to the journal. We've got a side pocket here. We've got a top pocket here because we've only attached it on 3 parts. We've got a top pocket here because again we've only attached it 3 parts, and a top pocket here because we've only attached it in 3 parts. We then open up our first piece. We've got a pocket and a little writing spot. Open up our second piece. We've got another pocket and a little writing spot. And then we fold up our third piece and we've got a pull-out writing spot where you can write on the top and at the back and the front. And they fold down like that. Now, just purely by having that in your journal, it's going to keep the pages closed. But if you don't think that is going to work for you, then just attach a closure. Now, if I was going to attach a closure to this, I would probably simply add either a vellum sticky to here, and here, and here, or I could glue a piece behind here that's going to come down and tie up here, which will keep all of those flat. You could use magnets if you've got them. I have actually got some vellum stickies here, so we could have a go and see what it looks like. I'm only going to put one because I don't like these particularly. They're quite bulky. They're not my favourite thing in the world. So I'm going to pop one there and close that there. I'm going to do the same here. One there, close that there, and then just the same here. Oh, I think this one I've glued upside down. I have, yeah. That one I've glued upside down. I should have had this is the top, that should have been the bottom. But it doesn't actually make any difference on that one because that's our pull-out journal space. And then literally it's just down to you to embellish it if you want to do that. So I think I've got some, I do have some bee embellishments somewhere. Definitely, bear with me. So I'm actually working on a bee journal. So I do have some embellishments here. I think I'm going to cut out one of these bees, if I can manage it. My fussy cutting is dire. And I'm not going to worry about the little antlers because... Antlers. The little, bee thingies, receptor thingies. Because they're just too fussy to cut. But you can... ink them in afterwards if you want to do that. So I've got a bumblebee here. I don't know if I'm gonna like it on any of this paper. It doesn't really show up, to be honest, so perhaps not. I am going to put some of these on because I love these. So I'm going to put a couple in the flowers, the flower heads. So it looks like we've got some dimension to that. And I'm also going to add a bee charm. So put that there, and I think I'm going to plop this on the top here. I'm not going to have it very far from the edge because I've only used a small jump ring on the charm. Okay, so let's see if that fits on here. Oops. Throwing my bee away. So, got a little charm with the bee on. Can't really see it that well, but there you go. So I'm just going to recap. We have got, attach this to your journal that way. Give you a side pocket. We've got a top pocket here because of the way we've attached it. So that's our second pocket, our third pocket, our fourth pocket, our fifth pocket, and a writing space. Our sixth pocket and a writing space. And then the bottom piece is our pull-out journaling spot, front and back. And we've attached all of those with a little vellum piece. And that is it. It actually came together easier than I thought it would. If you haven't yet crafted it along with it, don't round your corners on the back end piece unless you like that look. Make sure you do. Don't put them upside down like I have, even though it doesn't make any difference. Yeah, and I think that's probably it. So you could add that as a piece that you're going to glue into your journal, or you could add it, if you really wanted to, as a standalone piece. Because, sorry, I'm just taking that out because I don't like that. It's too close, too tight. You can add it as a standalone piece, just to keep like little labels and little sticky notes or little pieces of writing, bits and pieces, just so that you have them to hand, and then you just move them around, move this piece around in your journal, so it becomes a movable stationery piece, if you like. I'm really, really happy with how that came out. Really chuffed with how that came out. I've got some washi here. If you wanted to add a little bit more, you could do. But yeah, really chuffed with how that has come out. Sorry that I confused you all in the beginning with the measurements, but we got there in the end. That will teach me for cutting corners and not doing a mock-up one first. Something I need to get better at, But yeah, really chuffed. So hope you enjoyed. Be good to hear what you think. Drop me a comment in the section below. And I will leave you there. So until the next video, as always, take care and stay safe, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.